Let me say good morning to one and all. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. It's Tuesday and it's the 29th day and within the month of November. Good morning to everyone. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. And good morning to our television audience this morning. Yes, we haven't had a television, of course, segment for a couple of days. Well, I just being simple about it. I guess it's due to the World Cup. However, World Cup will be around 11 a.m. this morning, so that's when we switch. So we have some, of course, we'll go live with this version of To The Point for today. Usually on Tuesdays, we do entertain a representative from the opposition, and haven't had anyone contacted or been with us for today. So my apology, we're just going to switch to an open line session for today, for just to accommodate those of you who are there, who are listening and viewing. The number 435-2041. That's 435-2041. And certainly I will give you the opportunity to call in, state your views, concerns, probably ask a question. Yeah. And certainly see how things will roll out this morning. So hope all is well with you this morning, and welcome. It's To The Point, and it's an open line session today, and I welcome your phone calls. And I beg of you, please keep your comments short and to the point. Yeah, and just let's get this thing rolling smooth as ever. Let's accommodate our very first caller for this morning. Caller, good morning, welcome. How are you?
Good morning. Welcome back. But you know, it was missed.
I was missed. Well, we were actually on, but just via the radio only. We were actually on, but just via the radio. Not
I was looking at it, but every day, you know, and I get addicted to you all guys on that program.
All right, man. All right.
Well,
you probably just like looking at my face, right?
What, me? Yeah, I want to see your face. I mean, but listen, I hear civil servant getting an extra month pay for Christmas. I don't know if it's true.
Well.
I say you must be doing that too, so I'll go link with you.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, I work in private, so.
Well,
I mean, I'll be receiving that. No
you
idea.
Understand? And I see Uncle Joe, big, nice and strong and healthy looking, telling people to come and buy everything, don't buy all about. However, I went to the city and walking, one of the carts the people have selling, one of the vendors, scratched my foot. They left right by my ankle. I went back to the pharmacy and they take care of it for me.
Okay.
And you know, the guy was so brutal, saying, you leave all the road there to walk, and watch where you're walking. But you know what? I didn't say a word. I was concentrating on getting my foot done.
All right.
However, then I came up with a suggestion with the market vending day. Now, after you pass the terminal, there is a space there between the fish house. There is a space where they have in the car park. I'm thinking if they couldn't move the market, the open market, to that space and put the car park over to where the market are. And maybe in a course of time, they can extend like the fish house, like how they did. Remember the fish vendors used to be selling on the street.
Yes.
And before I think it was the Japanese that built that fish house.
That fish market, yes.
Yes. So maybe after a while, when they get settled, they could extend it a bit, and maybe move back the market not the market, the taxi stand. So I don't know, and then
I'm not sure how feasible that could be, caller. I'm not sure. I think the problem is the sidewalk vending. That's your main concern.
Yes.
But you saying they should move vendors from the market and have them put where they usually park the cars by the fish market area.
But you see, the thing is, as long as the market is over there, the people, because they don't obey, they tend to be on the sidewalk no matter how they put it. So far, every different administration tried. The people just, and they I don't know, like they
maybe I think the option maybe is just to the folks in authority maybe just need to put their foot down and say, hey, no sidewalk vending, period.
Well, I tell you, that
maybe
seems
that's
to
the
be
option.
hard, but
Some folks will
other
be
thing-
annoyed about it, but they may just have to put their foot down and say absolutely no
and more people
vending.
come in and vend.
I know.
But if they go over there, if it could have worked, that might be the fish there, the meat there, the market there. Well, anyway, I'm just throwing it out,
I understand. It's just so that you're just throwing out an option, but
And
I'm not sure how feasible that will
damage,
be. Right. Hope you don't get any infection. Have a good day.
No infection. Thank you, you too. Welcome back again.
All right, thank you so much. 435-2041, 435. It's an open line edition for To The Point for today. You have the option of calling in, sharing your views and concerns this morning, and I'm giving you that option to do so. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. I'm touching the wrong button this morning. Yeah, probably lost the touch of it. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Morning, GT.
How are you doing, my brother?
Morning to your listeners and to your viewers. There's a couple of points I want to make this morning. One is, there's a caller and normally talks a lot about the economy and everything, links everything with the economy. In relation to the discussion on traffic this morning, and you also link that. But I want to point out that in the 70s and the 80s, when Trinidad was booming with the economy, likewise, the Philippines, they had the highest rate of accidents in the world. So, economy doesn't have much to do with the way people behave in terms of the recklessness or the lack of respect for law and order. So, I mean, to me, I think it's very intriguing that we link in, the recklessness of our people to the lack of economic activity. And the economy or economics is supposed to be the servant of the society.
Could it be the other way? Could it be the other way around?
Huh?
Could it be the other way around? Instead of the lack of, maybe there's too much, of course, things going on in the economy that causing folks to behave that way. Or we still cannot put folks in the circumstances where you say because someone is doing recklessly in terms of driving and the accidents and the other petty thieves and stuff that is going on, robberies, I should say. We can't say because, the economy is that bad, people are doing it. You understand? I don't think that's a good statement for the individual to make.
The thing about it is that when you look at, like pointing law and order in Grenada, it's an aspiration. We are not law-keeping people. I mean, the average person, they only put on their seatbelt if they see the police coming or they feel they're coming in. What I'm saying is we are not a people who really, from inside out, practice law and order. We only practice law and order if there is some kind of threat of enforcement. And I'm saying is that unless we really become self-managed, from the individual point of view, we always have to have the slave master, police tying a person around, to ensure that we do what is right. And that's the point I'm raising, that not to attack the contributor. But the thing is that we are not law-abiding people. I've been saying that for years, and people say it over time when they get frustrated. The case of the lady that speak about the sidewalk incident, it shows when you have a proliferation of predatory vending like what we have here, which is a result of the legacy of American invasion and the policies of the government that the government made, especially one in particular that they have deployed for most of the period after the invasion. That's what you have. The development of poverty. So everybody wants to make a living, and make a living at other expense or inconvenience. That's a problem. So unless we really rectify that, the other thing about it, and I'll end there, people keep saying about the authority. We are the authority. We have to decide what kind of society we have. We want to decide whether we want a peaceful society or a decadent, reckless place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gola. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Good morning to you, caller. And I think I saw someone was there, but maybe don't have one. And we're taking your calls. Yes, if you do have a concern that you would like to speak about, I'm giving you that option. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, man. This is open line?
Yes, it's open line this morning.
Yeah, something I observed with the ramen in Grenada here. I don't know if you recognize that. They are the law because I saw a guy in khaki suit, which is a high-ranking post, on his cell phone. Yeah, his cell phone in his hand while driving a private vehicle.
And you're saying a police officer doing that?
A police officer doing that. I followed to him. I said, man, you should be setting an example. No for them to wear no seatbelts, and they are the same set of people who come in and charge you for seatbelts. They need to address that. The rights for the citizens of the land. That's how I know it.
So true.
You understand? That's my contribution, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. 435. And Ernesto, yes, World Cup will be from 11 a.m. this morning, so we get some time that we could actually bring To The Point live for you via TV this morning. So that's basically the reason why. And we were having To The Point, but it was just via the radio version of it only. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning
How
to
are
you. I'm doing pretty good.
Yes, I have a problem. I think much consideration isn't given to elderly people. You know, you go to a doctor and you go to get your medication. If you go to a private doctor, in the government dispensary, they don't want to give you your medication. They're asking you which doctor you went to. And they're not dispensing the medication to you as a senior citizen who gave how much years of service, over 36 years of service to the government. You are a pensioner getting a little something to live by. But they never ask you, well, how did you reach by that private doctor in the first instance?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I was in outpatient clinic for years, and then they referred me to the cardiologist. So I didn't go there on my own. They referred me to him. But when I go to the doctor and I bring my prescription to be compounded, they're not giving me my medication. I think more consideration should be made for old people who serve the country and they are taxpayers, and they should not decide if you go to private doctor, you should not be able to get your medication. Right. I think that is unfair to senior citizens of this country.
I understand you, caller, and your point taken very much. Anyway, certainly do understand where that caller is coming from. I mean, once you're a senior citizen and you have to go to the government dispensary to get your meds, and I'm assuming you should be dealt with without any favor about it. Yeah, once a senior citizen, you should do that. Shouldn't be because you didn't go to maybe the hospital or the SAT. That's I'm assuming. Yeah, that's a particular situation there. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, I want to permit me a little leeway so I can explain what I want to talk about this morning.
Well, you know, we still have a limited time, so I'm giving you, for start, 2 minutes to go.
Okay, thank you. Right. I recognize this government trying to copy the fruit of the revolution. And I want to say something. When Gary was in office in Grenada here, well, I experienced that. He was a man catered to the poor and the vulnerable of our country. After that, the revolution, there was an embargo against the revolution in Grenada. Much trading could not take place. Much work was not available, but they was able to put programs in place so that they can employ the local Grenadian people so that they can feed themselves, and they base their energy on agriculture and the development of agro-processing and so forth. So they was able to reduce unemployment to 14%, and which means that was good for the economy, and the economy grew largely at that time. But now we have a situation where they're copying some of the issues of the revolution and so forth, and they are not catering to the poor and vulnerable of our country. The lady spoke about the elderly persons. I think we should respect them because they give humane service to our country. And people like me so have benefit from their hard work. And others too, the grandchildren and children to come, will benefit from their hard work when they toil hard on our farm estates and so forth. Well, I know about that. And the revolution had meant a lot of good for people in Grenada. But sadly to say, the collapse of October 19 was the saddest history in the history of Grenada, and I regretted that. And I am saying no to this government. The poor people of our country need bread. They need to eat, they need to drink. Stop cutting the allowances of these poor ones and give these people the opportunity to spend a good Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year. That's my point. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you also. It's moving down to 17 minutes after the hour. Let's take a break. We're coming right back with more of your phone calls here on To The Point. It's an open line edition here this morning. We're coming right back.
Grenada, the time for the national census is here again.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome back to viewers and listeners this morning here To The Point for today, Tuesday, the 29th. Let me say good morning also to viewers via our Facebook page. Welcome back with you this morning. Certainly hope all is well with everyone. We go back to the phone line. It's an open line edition of To The Point for today. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning to your caller. Well, I guess that caller is not ready for me as yet. 435-2041, 435-2041. Those of you who were trying to send your comments via the WhatsApp, apology, the WhatsApp is down for a wee bit, and as soon as that is rectified, you'll be able to do so. So apology for that. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hi, good morning, and how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
Hi there, Bless. I just have a few little comments to make.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I call in on the leader of the opposition this morning to acknowledge the young people of the NDC. He told us in the campaign that this young group, he adopted them to be a group of people that could run the country. He know he's an experience he did how long, and he know he look at these children and these young men and women, and he know they could run the country. He leave all the money there for them to do it because he's a kind man. But some of his supporters don't see what is taking place. They always making a set of confusion. So I want to say to him, don't bother with them. They go talk Fridays, but do the correct thing and advise these young people. Give them the prop that they use the money wisely. Mm-hmm. Look how much $1 million they pay out less than 4 months. So they do good. Even even though they take out $2,000 and put on the salary, as some of them saying, but just look at the bigger picture and see how much they pay out. So them is not so greedy young people. They give and they take. So I just want him, asking him please to come out and tell them thanks for the job well done. And they're going to continue to do good job because he loved the way how they operating in this country.
All right. Thank you so much, Kola. Thank you so much for your contribution. 445-2041. We're taking your calls. Open line edition to the point for today, Tuesday, the 29th day of November. Let's go back to the phone line and say good morning. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, I would like to see the authority clean up Kirani James Boulevard. Too much crate bars and liquor, drugs. The toilet is at the back of the place. Time to clean the Kirani James Boulevard.
If I'm right, I think I saw some cleanup taking place there yesterday. If I'm right about that.
What's about the bars that there? The 2 crate bars, they have crate.
So you're looking at the stuff that's been erected. You think that should be disposed of?
That should be removed. And carnival time, the toilet is at the back of everything goes into the sea.
All right. Point taken, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. 435-2041. I did saw some cleanup taking place there yesterday, and so I'm not sure how far that's gotten to. So there was a truck and there was 2 individuals who was cleaning up and so forth, but I didn't get to as close as the where those structures that have been erected. I think they got that close to that point. Maybe by now they haven't gone back there since. Let's go back to the telephone. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. How are you? Trusting that all is well in your corner and you're staying safe under the circumstances. Listen, Mr. Telesford, I want to make 2 comments, very serious. I hadn't intended to speak this morning, but your penultimate corner, I think the one before that and so on, made a significant point. The way we treat the elderly of this here country, Mr. Telesford. I don't feel old, but I know that I'm getting old. 71 of them. But I feel active. Listen, morning I get up, I feel I can go to work, but I can't because they say I am too old. But hear this, Mr. Telesphone. Total disrespect, scornful disdain is meted out to the elderly people of this country. I've seen it with my eyes. Yes, with my eyes, because I hear and I see. Listen, Mr. Telesphone. Something happened to me recently. This is the reason why I want to speak about it. Recently, I have a particular need right now, and I personally, based on what I consider myself to be in this here country, a citizen of Grenada, that if I have a need, the first people I have to call upon the Ministry of Social Development. Note what I'm saying, not the parliamentary representative, no. The Ministry for Social Development, so I called in a couple of months ago to establish an appointment or to get some orientation so I can express my need. For whatever happened, Mr. Telesford, in the process, speaking to a junior officer, and the people that I'm speaking about here, I know their names. I won't call them today. But I want them to, because I know they're listening too. Listen. What I needed slipped out. What I was told in the first instance, as soon as I wasn't even finished. And you had no relative that can help you to get it? As if I were begging that individual for something. No, I wasn't. I was calling on the Ministry of Social Development. Anyway, the word went around inside there, and you know what came back to me from right inside the Minister Telesford? And they know that I know now. What they said was, quote unquote, he always criticizing the colonial government where he come in and begging we for things for. That's what they're saying in the ministry. That's the way they treat people who have walked Mr. Telesford in this here country. You know what sickens me? Because listen, I don't want to blow my own flag horn. But yet it pains me when I know I work so hard for this country. Voluntarily, Mr. Paul. Not me alone, a lot of other Grenadians who have been totally discarded and treated with scornful disdain and like the first 4 words of excrement. For excrement in this here country. That has to stop. Inside that Ministry of Social Development, I am calling on the minister, so-called minister today, to purge a place of these NNP surrogates that decided distorting things and discrediting the people of this country who today still continue because of the mess they made in the past. What we're going through today is not of yesterday making up to September. No, it's for what they did over the past 10 years in this country, these nastiness. We had to get rid of them. And don't want people to find a good reason, measure their performance, fire their ass, excuse me. Let me end by saying this, Mr. Telesford. On the 3rd of December, 2022, which is in a couple of days' time, Saturday to be exact, the world will be celebrating through the United Nations a convention on people or persons according to the law, according to the convention, persons with disabilities. Doesn't matter we are talking about the difference between use of persons and people. But anyway, the population with disabilities in this country, as established by that convention, need to be given the credit and awareness that's necessary for them, and adequate and appropriate for them. I want to hear the so-called Governor General in a statement, what she will say, and to find out from them why is it after all these 14 years of the convention put into place for immediate implementation, the government of Grenada has done nothing about it. But instead they sequester the organization with a setup to run the mafia. An organization doesn't even know how many people with disabilities there are in this here country. Setting up, doing their own business, receiving gifts in the cash and kind. And I can say this publicly, the Grenada National Council for the Disabled is a simple organization that any other organization in this country is owned by. It's a non-profit company owned by one man. It does not represent the people with disabilities in this country. It is not, pardon, a state entity. But it was set up under the quote, and listen to this word, the patronage of the office of the Governor General. So they get all credit. And then they pick out a couple poster boys and make it look like they're doing things for people. The people of Grenada needs the domestication of the laws and demands, as a matter of fact, as a people, as a collective, demands the implementation of laws, the domestication of the laws in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. It's crystal clear in Article 4 of the Convention what state parties shall do. Note the wording.
Take another 10 seconds, Mr. Rollo.
Mr. Telesford, take it easy. I measure my thing too, you hear me?
All right.
But I'm calling on them on top. So hear them in their statement and to pay the necessary respect to the people with disabilities in this here country and stop pussyfooting around with a pity party operation to make people believe that they're so sorry for us. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford, and have a nice day, will you?
You too, sir. Folks, we're going to take a break. We're coming back with more of your phone calls here on To The Point for today, the Open Line edition. We're coming right back.
Don't you want to level up this Christmas?
Ho, ho, ho!
It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day.
Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage
on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays,
starting November 16th,
between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada!
Ho, ho, ho!
Life insurance. You've heard about it before, seen the commercials, but have you ever really thought about how life insurance can benefit you and your family? Let's look at 5 ways life insurance can benefit and protect you and your family through life's expected and unexpected. 1. It provides finances for your child's education. 2. It can help you in providing collateral for loans. 3. It provides living benefits. 4. It provides a source of income upon retirement. And 5. It provides finances for final expenses such as funeral, cremation costs, and other related expenses. Contact Demerara Mutual today and speak to an agent to select a policy that best suits your existing needs.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers this morning to The Point, Tuesday, the 29th of November. It's an open line edition, which means you can call in and state your views and concern. That we do have a call online. Let's go over and say good morning. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I called to speak about the police.
Mm-hmm.
Over the weekend, I see the police was conducting a spot check. Well, they was doing the job on the road, doing a spot check. But there is no light. They was walking as if them is the criminal. They was walking in the dark. If you're doing a spot check, you're supposed to have a spotlight. They were using phone on the road. I see 3 police running the road in the street to stop an incoming vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Because the driver maybe think is people who fooling around with the phone. The first thing they did, they turned the bus stop to a command center. So all the police running to the bus stop. If people ain't coming, people ain't going there. Because people see the police full of gun, then nobody going there. People staying away from them. And secondly, there are no light to stop the vehicle. They're using the phone. The civilian will use the phone, and the driver will think is a civilian looking for a ride or something. The place supposed to
So wasn't so are you saying that the police was not wearing uniform on that night?
But even though there was in uniform, you wouldn't see them in the dark. Would you see the police in the dark?
Well, it may not be possible, but I guess maybe it could have been just they wanted to have that element of surprise for drivers on the road, if, as you said, they were doing a spot check. So it could have been that. I'm just assuming.
If you're doing a spot check, you need light. Or you no phone could see nothing in no car.
I understand, caller.
Yeah. And then you're running in the street to stop a vehicle.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution, caller.
All right.
Thank you so much. 435-2041. Sometimes the police want to have that element of surprise for drivers on the road, folks who may be driving illegally, probably uninsured, unlicensed drivers, folks with defective vehicles and so forth. They may be the reason why they were in the location they were at. I'm just assuming. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning to you, and you have a great day.
You too, sir.
As we talk about the elderly and the importance of the elderly to the society, I am aware that the NIS is a statutory body commissioned by the Ministry of Finance. And I would like to call on the NIS board and management through the Ministry of Finance to look at the pension of the pensioners of the NIS, whose pension are depressed, so much so that some pensioners get $100 per month. I am calling on the authorities to ensure that pension raised to $500 and not less. So in other words, the least one should get from the NIS is $500. And I think that should be as urgent as of yesterday. I thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for your contribution. Also, caller 435-2041. That's the number you can call to be part of the open line session offered to the point for today. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
A young lady mentioned the fact, Bola also mentioned the fact about senior citizen and disabled. But earlier that a young lady mentioned the fact about giving sort of attention to senior citizen, right? I think this should be a general thing of all businessmen and the government. It is not easy for senior citizens. Most of them have complaints to go to a bank or to stand in line for hours to wait for service, and especially the banks. How would you like an 82-year-old guy to go in line and have to wait for 1 hour standing? No place to sit. And so I think the country as a whole, the businessmen and banks should pay attention to that.
But caller, doesn't most banks offer that option where senior citizens have the option of that special line for themselves? Most banks do offer that.
One bank I know have that.
One bank? Okay.
One bank, the Penny Bank. The other banks do not. And this is very unfair. And I'm talking about not only the banks, but the other offices like Grenelec, the phone company, and Nawas and so on.
Mm-hmm.
These places and businesses should give some sort of support or help to all senior citizens. That's across the board. And I find that it's very unfair and it's not right for that. It means that they don't want their business. If that is the case.
I'm in agreement with your statement, caller. Thank you so much.
All right.
435-2041, 435. Let me see if I could grab some comments from the Facebook comment section this morning. And Ernesto always throw this bit of information out. And they're saying that come the 10th of December, there will be a massive cleaning up drive at the Sauters, Mount Rodney Coast area. That's been affected by the Sauters Breakwater project. The cleaning will be cleaning. Yes, the project will be cleaning the canal and the big drain leading to Fawn's pasture. So they're calling on the people in the area, in the St. Patrick's area, to please come out and offer the assistance. There'll be light refreshments on site also. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning, bro. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Sure, right? You know, I just want to talk about the old people a little bit. It's not really nice getting old in this country because you have so much issues to deal with. You know, just being an old man or old woman in this country is a problem. You know, people don't want to be around you. People don't want to talk to you. People think you're old. So we need to at least take care of them a little bit better. Mm-hmm. I agree with the last caller. We need to do that. My next point I want to make is that basically, I think Ron, that minister, made a statement, I don't like it at all, that nail tech and barbers are not careers. And I think he should apologize for saying that. Because whatever one take on in his life and he can make a living out of it, it's his career. And I think you should respect someone's profession. And nail techs and barbers are people that people love. You find that your wife go to a nail tech, she love a nail tech. You go to a barber, you love your barber. I think that's good profession because we bring joy to people. We bring happiness to people. You know, I think the worst profession in the world is being a politician. Mm-hmm. You go in there with the majority of people, and then when you leave office, everybody hates you. So nail tech and barbers are a good profession. I think we should push more young people into that area so they can make a living, not say that they're not a good profession. I think we should, if somebody is skilled in that area, you help them out.
All right.
If someone want to be that, you train them in that area. I don't think we should cry down at all. So I think he should apologize for that statement. Because remember, I met Deacon Mitchell about 3 times in my establishment. He came and looked for me. And he was amazed. He was amazed at what I have done. And I'm just saying that I didn't do that because of government help me. Because I work hard and I build my structure. So I think nail tech and barbers are really hard workers. I think you should respect that and give them praise because they work really hard to say they're not professionals. So I think you should take back that statement. You apologize for that publicly for making that statement.
All right, call it. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's the number to be on To The Point for today, that open line edition. And the comments seem to be passionate, especially about the elderly in terms of how they are treated, you know, and I'm agreement. I'm certainly in agreement with some of the callers who stated that elderly should be given loads of respect in society. I certainly agree with that. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Could you mind lowering whatever device you have in the background, please? Just have it lowered a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely. Sorry about that. I like the point the callers make concerning old. I won't say old. We shouldn't use the word old. Ageable persons, yeah?
Yes.
I think that's a better word to use. Because what happened, these people had made their contributions. They have paved the way for us in terms of developing the country. And they need to show more love, more respect, more values. Because what happened, most time it goes around here, in different neighborhoods. Most of the ageable people are left alone in their homes. I think they have the Mani before had a group going around checking on them, helping them, but more should be done. Like the communities, people in the neighborhood should go out on evening and sit and chat with these people, you know, keep them lively, you know,
right.
And they will live longer. And family members, you can do more. If you oversee, you have your mother, your father living here, pay somebody to look after them. You know what I mean? So more need to be done in that regard. I heard you mention about a cleanup project in St. Patrick's, Mount Chardney. Who are the people responsible for that group?
Well,
you know?
There's no. I don't have the information with any particular group, so they're just asking, you know, folks to come out. You understand, and to come out and offer you assistance in cleaning up. So maybe you could go out there on the 10th and offer your assistance also.
I'm going to be there. But it's a good initiative. We need to clean up the whole coastal area around Grenada from the north to the south.
All right.
And we need more groups. The youth, we need to get the young people involved. The groups, sporting groups, community groups, organization, non-governmental. We need to clean up this place. Grenada need clean up. And we need to educate people more on the environment and littering and all this pollution and all this thing, you know?
Thank you so much.
And last thing I want to say,
go right ahead.
Before I go. You see that road in Baltazar when you leave the bridge in Baltazar? They do that piece there, but throughout Baltazar stretch, heading into Brush Grove, the new administration need to look into that road very, very fast because there's a lot of potholes there. Somebody need to address that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's a number to get on to the point this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Well, good morning to you, GT, and season's greetings.
Same to you.
Right. Well, before I make my point, I want to apologize for Mr. Rollo for slipping up with that little three-letter word there. We don't want to set precedents for the younger people, so let's leave out that little word when we're making our contribution. So I will apologize for him. Okay. Now, going back to agriculture. We, in our history, you know, during slavery period, we have seen how agriculture has made millionaires out of people. Okay? I am not saying that we are, I am not condoning slavery. Okay? But I'm saying agriculture, by agriculture we can get by. Right. Now, there was a time, Grenada, used to, if you see the list of imports in the 1940s and thing at GT, you know what is indigo blue?
Yes.
You know what is Sea Island cotton? Grenada used to be importing that, exporting that. It is said that True Blue got its name from the indigo blue trees that were grown in that area. Okay? But we seem to we seem to have to be stalled when it comes to agriculture. So all we're seeing, they keep saying government is a continuum. But if one government starts a good idea, you're not seeing it continued if that government comes out of office. But yet still people keep saying government is a continuum, And we keep seeing like if agriculture is still farming, is still a man on a donkey, is still, you know. Today in this modern time with computers, are they teaching people the whole culture of the thing, you know, of the subject? You need to be able to do marketing. You need to do your recce to know what can grow in what areas of. This is a little island, you know. This is a little island, and the soil is different in different parts. So we need to know what can be grown in which area and all that. We have some bright young people there, outside there, but what they need is proper guidance to understand that it's an agriculture, not just farming. Because we will forever stay where we are. Every time we just quarreling. On the road to independence, when the curriculum in schools changed from the royal readers, where they were teaching people to go to England. So the royal readers mostly had British history and so, because they wanted Caribbean people to come up after the war to help rebuild the United Kingdom. Okay. But then when they decide, no, they could be looking towards independence. So when we got statehood and the curriculum changed, the stories in the books changed, and what was the main focus, and a lot of us miss the point because we joke about everything. The main focus was on agriculture. So they had nice little stories. Nola on the farm, Mr. Joe with his farm, Master Willie, Percy, because they wanted us to buy in as children into agriculture, so that when we get big, we will really find our place in agriculture, because they realize that agriculture will get us through, will see us through. So while they were preparing us for our independence during statehood time, they also were making us quite familiar with agriculture. But we keep missing the lessons in what we learn. And you may hear somebody saying, oh, when I was in school, they teach me Nola on the farm, and they teach me about Master Willie and Percy the chick, and they're joking and they're laughing, because we keep missing the lessons in what we should learn. But agriculture could really see us through in this hard time. Agriculture should really see us through in this hard time. I met a Rasta man in Barbados not too long ago, and he told me he came to buy 1 bag of groundnuts, and he said, in the past, we used to buy it in Caracou.
Yes.
Well, that was painful for me. I suppose he saw my face change, but that was painful for me. So he took a 1-day flight to Barbados to buy his bag of groundnuts, and he didn't bother, and if all you fail, I have my business have to continue, so I will get my groundnuts where I can, and he'll leave us behind, So I just thought I would drop in that little piece that we really need to look at agriculture more seriously. There is a little part in history that says that Grenada was always being fought for because of our soil. That may be true. So we need now to make use of it and make more of it.
All right.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution, caller. Let's take a break. We come in right back. Don't touch your dial.
Are you busy during the week and
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
Wester Hall Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Judy Free Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
that's what we say. Welcome back to our final segment of To The Point, just roughly 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Let's go back to the phone line. Calling, good morning, welcome. How are
Mr.
you?
Telesford, once more, I beg your indulgences for a minute.
Go right ahead.
Yes, listen, I'd like to call upon the government of Grenada. Now, I do not know which ministry, but the government of Grenada, the administration. Now, in the village where I live, which was handed over to the government of Grenada by a foreign government in 2009, in 2010, the latter part of 2010, a couple of months after I came in here, the sewer system was broken. The water then used to run out, bypass the system, which I understand was built by big engineers, into the drains, into the river, and of course into the mangrove swamps on the southeastern coast of the country. One of the biggest mangrove forests, I say forest in the context, on the southeastern side of our country. Very important plants they are. And we know what that means. We know what that means. It means acidification of the waters. It means problem with the brood, whatever they call the process of young fish and all of that. It means danger for the future of the country. The government of the past did nothing. I say the administration part, let me retract government, it's a continuum, did nothing. They brought in a crew one time with about 5 television come and a big set of thing and a preacher come in and started to pray and all that. Nothing has happened. 11 years, Mr. Telesford. And therefore, I'm calling on the administration to set up a committee, someone with all the ministries responsible, climate resilience, housing, health, whatever, the whole works, and get this thing sorted out once and for all, because it is dangerous to the population and the surrounding areas. It is dangerous for the future of the country. Although it's just a minute fraction what we do in this world, in this globe, relative to the heating of the globe and the consequent climate change. But we need to correct it where possible. I urge you, therefore, Government of Grenada, the administration, to look into this matter. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford. Have a nice day, will you?
All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. Open line edition of To The Point for today. We're taking your phone calls. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you again. I want to challenge something. Someone said earlier on that in preparing for independence. I think it's misleading to say that. This is not an attack on the person who said that. We were never prepared for independence. Independence was forced on us, and up to now we don't even seem to understand what independence means. That's why there's all the confusion. So it's for us now to decide what it is that we want, if we consider ourselves as a collective, what we want going forward, and then try to chart the way. It's unfortunate that once these people get in your head, it's very difficult to get out alive, to get them out of your head alive. So, I mean, if people really just step back and listen and even watch how we function, and so we're functioning like pantomimes, like those people really have us. So we quarrel with each other, we even try to prove who is more right than others. And I think it's unfortunate because we are acting against ourselves in every sense of the way. Finally, all the difficulty we are seeing is a result of what we call education, which is not really education in a sense. It's really indoctrination and the dismantling of the capacity of our people to really be able to be responsible, independent people. And it continues. So unless we really take stock and do something, and we cannot do it individually. We cannot do it by continuing to listen to the TV and the thing, because our education continues, our missing education continues on a daily basis, especially when we give ourselves to these instruments, whether it's the TV or even nowadays the internet and so on, where we unconsciously observe the values, where we are told we are not good enough, we have to get this thing in our hair, this thing in our face, and we have to get all kind of stuff. So we confuse people. Thanks.
All right, thank you. 435-2041. 435. 6 minutes left on today's program. To the point. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
There's a lot of potholes in the road, and it's responsible for some of the accidents. Blue Danube, Calavini, it has some big potholes that need to be fixed urgently. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller. And I certainly hope those in authority heard what you said, and they will certainly look into it. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. I just want to vent about Nawasa.
Yes.
Nawasa has some very nice staff, but there's something to do with the management of the and the control of the water. Rainfall, Nawasa cutting off the water. Sun hot, Nawasa cutting off the water, saying that it's dry season. I'm in the shower this morning, all sudsy and nice, and the water just gone.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And
every year is the same thing. On Saturday, I drove behind a huge water truck coming out from the Confa area. Huge. We had to stop in the traffic to let him come out because he couldn't bend the corner. He had to reverse into the road and then go. And that truck leaked water. Must be about 10 gallons of water from there all the way to about Woodlands until I went a different direction. I mean, Nawasa needs to do better than that. It's not laughable, but I had to laugh because if I didn't laugh, I would cry.
All right.
So I dried myself with soap, put on my clothes, and I came into work. But that's not good enough, Nawasa. Do better than that.
Thank you so much for your contribution, caller.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And Jojo, the man needs to apologize because the adjective he uses to suit the norm he used earlier, the norm was NMP, right? And to the other caller, she wasn't talking about like political independence. She was talking about how to prepare yourself after colonialism so you could feed yourself from scratch. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. 435-2041. 445, just around 3 minutes moving up before the top of the hour. We can accommodate maybe one or two more calls before we wrap the show up for today. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Guess that caller is not ready for us to go live. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line once again. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
GT, good morning, and thanks for taking the call. Just a couple of observations. The speeding issue in Grenada. I live in the south of the island, in the Calais area.
Yes.
And from the True Blue roundabout to MBIA, it's a racetrack. It's a racetrack for whether people are running late for work or running late to catch the planes. I just don't know, but it's a racetrack. And at the weekends, there are some young men on motorcycles. They're coming along like they're doing wheelies on the back wheels, and they're up in the air, and they're zoom on that. And that section of the road is really quite mad. The three tires roundabout, like I like to call it, near the sugar mill that goes into Lansepine. I was driving along there the other day, and this guy was coming from Grand Anse Valley in one of those enormous trucks that's used for carrying the sand and so on. The driver totally refused to negotiate the three tires. He literally drove straight over the roundabout. So somebody turning right could have been struck and killed because the truck is so huge. And then the other one, it could have been a huge crash. It's just the recklessness and the lawlessness of some of the drivers. I just don't understand in an island of ours why we have so many accidents, why we have so many, speeding issues when, you have the rules and regulations regarding how people should drive. And the tailgating, you see it quite a lot. People right up your exhaust. And you're asking yourself, well, come on. There is a stopping distance between the driver and the car at the back of you. But they're still right up your exhaust. And the other final thing I want to mention, Citizen Rollo mentions a lot about the care of the disabled. There's a gentleman who is a below-knee amputee, and he lives on the Cali side of the road. He plays Russian roulette with the traffic on that same Calais road, and to cross over in a wheelchair to get to the bus shelter in Calais. He sits in that bus shelter more or less every day. And I'm saying, I contacted social services, I contacted South St. George to say, look, this gentleman needs to be somewhere he can be cared for and looked after. He is a liability to the road users because he comes along, he propels himself with one leg, wheel in the chair, to cross over the road and goes and sits in the bus shelter. I would really like this gentleman to be looked after in a much more humane way than he is at the moment. So that's my contribution for today.
Thank you so much, Kola. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for your contribution. It's exactly 10 a.m. That's where we take a wrap for today's program. Folks, thanks to all who contributed, whether you called in. Thank you so much. Those who viewed via GBN TV, listened via K105, those who contributed by the Facebook comment section. Thank you all so much for being part of To The Point for today. Have yourself a great day. Join us again for another edition tomorrow, once the Almighty permits. Have a great day.
Live and Hot 98, Thursdays at 10 a.m. and on GBN Television, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Meet the players, the agents, learn more about the exciting games of the NLA and how it has been transforming lives across the country. Promotion runs until December 15th.
Following the COVID-19 vaccination, some people may experience side effects, such as soreness at the